Hi, folks. This is Mountain Man coming to you from parts unknown. Well, I get some people in. I'll see what kind of a signal I've got. I hope it's coming in strong. But while you're coming in, I'll play a little quick video for you. We got a lot to talk about.
My entire For You page right now is presidential sleeve and what not to believe. Just the other day, I received an email for a paid promotion, paid, for me to make a video and post it on TikTok talking about the Democratic side. At the end of this email, it says, if you want to get things going, we'll send over an NDA for you to sign and we'll get started. I know a lot of people get their views and their opinions and their beliefs based off of what their favorite influencers are saying. Just know, they might have been paid to say the things they're saying.
They're getting paid to say the things they're saying. I wonder who that is. It certainly ain't me. I don't get paid by anybody to say what I say. I say what I want to say. But anyway, in less than 24 hours, the deep state strikes back. I'll play that video of that girl later on in the stream when we get some more people in. I got other videos that I want to play. We have got billions of dollars being spent to set a narrative, and we've got all assets deployed against the movement to restore our republic. And I guess the freshest story is, unless something's happened in the last half an hour, is that the United Auto Workers has filed charges, concerning what was discussed with Mr. T and Elon in the little chat they had last night. Boy, they can't stand it. Okay, White Lightning, how you doing? Sherry, Diane, Angela, nice to see you all. Welcome aboard. So, yeah, they didn't waste any time. And, you know, right off the bat, I thought about Ronald Reagan, They called him a union buster back in 86? No, it might have been sooner than that, when the air traffic controller union went to strike. But anyway, Donald Trump didn't do anything except say, hey, you walk in the door, you did the right thing, Elon. I'll read the quote that was given out. But you can't even have a conversation with these people, or even let them listen in. I mean, of course, you know, we want people to see the light come to our side, the side of sanity. But when you've got an entire media industry geared up and paid off or bribed or whatever, singing the same song, Mockingbird media, and I took a couple of chances. I put the term deep state on my thumbnail. I put the term Mockingbird media. So they're going to do what they're going to do, you know. We got to take the gloves off. They're suppressing views anyway. But they'll do worse than that. Hi, Sissy, Sherry. Nice to see you, Kim, Mary. Angela's here. Let's see. I just want to make sure I don't leave anybody out. Gloria. Let's see. Rubber Toe, Google account. Nice to see you. Yeah, common sense isn't common sense anymore. We got to start using the term good sense. The good sense party, because good sense is not common anymore, is it? It used to be common sense was good sense. But it's semi-common. It depends on what crowd you're hanging out with. Yeah, AI rallies. We got pictures showing that stuff. People are putting it all over the internet. They can't stand it. Elon has gotten X and the traffic going over 1 billion views. Hi, Doc. How you doing? So, anyway, It could happen to you. What could happen to you? Here's a little scene. Again, I might play this again later on in the broadcast. This is from Mind Your Own Business, Tim, right? Mind your own damn business. Okay, this is where somebody ordered this to happen. People sitting on their porches getting run back in their house, getting SHOT at, okay, even though it's paintballs, I don't give a damn. You've got masked, uniformed men stomping down the street. Well, I'll let you see for yourself.
And if you pay attention, you'll hear the police say, get in the house. You'll hear several commands, and then you'll hear, light them up. And then that's when you get the fire. We'll play it again.
You know, this is...
Get in your house now! Let's go! Light him up! Go inside now! Get in the house!
Get in, get in, get in, get in, get in, get in. Get in.
Well, yeah, paintballs hurt, but it's more than that. It's more than that. I remember I had a friend of mine. His kid made a potato gun. You ever see a potato gun? And it's where you take it up, a piece of PVC pipe from plumbing, and you hook it up in a way where you can spray some hairspray inside of the tube, stuff a potato down there, light the other end of the tube, the hairspray goes pow, and the potato flies out. Big deal. Well, his son was in the woods shooting potatoes up in the air, shooting Joe Biden's up in the air. And the local sheriff, who was a demon rat, wanted to charge the kid. He was within 1,000 feet of a playground or school or some on a weekend, wanted to charge him with firearms violations. You know, and you look at your local laws, just goggle them, goggle them. You take a slingshot and let loose in an occupied vehicle. You can be charged very, very seriously for that. Discharging any kind of weapon at a residence, you can get in very, very serious trouble for that. But these guys, let me play for you again. You know, remember, this is Tim, the mind your own damn business guy, sending these goons out there where people couldn't sit on their own flipping front porches.
And if you pay attention, you'll hear the police say, get in the house. You'll hear several commands, and then you'll hear, light them up. And then that's when you get the fire. We'll play it again.
You know, this is...
Get in your house now! Let's go! Light him up! Go inside now! Get in the house!
Get in, get in, get in, get in, get in, get in. Get in.
And they can't tell me that a kid couldn't lose their eyeball. Couldn't lose their eyeball with something like that. What a disgrace. And, you know, speaking of that character, mind your own damn business, Tim, couple of things. Remember, those of you who've been with me for a long time, I was talking about how Obama misquoted the Bible. And he said, am I not my brother's keeper? When they were talking about this socialism nonsense and this universal health care crapola. And I said, you know, see how they twist the words of the Bible? Well, so did this jerk right in front of me. But he's so offensive, and his business with embellishing his status with the Guard and his actions in the military, I overlooked it. Did you all catch when he twisted words from the Bible? At least I think so. Pappy Two Bears, how you doing? Miss Mendersue, how you doing? Okay, Gary, you must be driving if you can't chat. We understand, buddy. You just be careful. Be careful. Hi, Tennessee. How you doing? Tuco. Nice to see you. Ravens Wings. Melvita. Sherry. Phil. Nice to see you guys. So, if I missed anybody, I apologize. So anyway, he created a snitch line. That's how much he minds his own damn business. You know, and there's a lot of stuff coming out about his China visits. I was talking about how he went to China, and I'm starting to hear that some of it may have been taking students to China. Okay, this guy is a communist sympathizer. Okay, and he put up a defense. Well, nobody should criticize anybody for the service. Of course not. But you should criticize somebody who abuses their reputation for their service, tries to demand more respect and more awe than they deserve. And as far as I'm concerned, going to China, they're going to find out. Did he get debriefed? Did he have a security clearance? Did he go through the proper protocols before going to a country like that? And I heard the first visit was very shortly. In 1989, Tiananmen Square massacre, okay? Thousands of people died. I talked about that in my last live stream. What's even more grotesque, from what I understand, him and his wife got married on the anniversary of the Tiananmen Square massacre. You know, the same woman that wanted to open the window and smell the burning tires and buildings and just take it all in. Yeah, that one. Let's get married on the day they crushed the little Statue of Liberty they made in Tiananmen Square. You remember that? All those students. They drove over them with tanks. Tank Man, an unknown hero who's never been seen. Again, no one knows who he was. Let's pick that day to get married. He's a sick SOB, and if he was in the service and behaving in a way that was subversive to the laws of this land, okay, I have no respect for that kind of service. And if that's the case, we'll find out. We'll dig into it. That's why I was saying it was so important that I hope everybody is combing over these Facebook messages, whatever kind of junk they're on, and see what kind of crap they were talking about, especially when Mr. T was in office. I guess my stream is going smooth because everybody seems to be understanding okay. Hi, Debbie. David, nice to see you. Yeah, listening, brother. Yeah, if you haven't given me a thumbs up, do me a favor and go ahead and take care of that so the video will get around to more people. So they like their symbolism. They like their dates. And the guy gives me the creeps. He's a beady-eyed, toad frog-faced goober as far as I'm concerned. I couldn't trust him as far as I could pick him up and throw him. Hi, Judy. But we'll talk about him more in future discussions. So, less than 24 hours. Even before they did their live stream, CNN was putting out garbage. I didn't have time to edit the clip because I had to find out about this business of them being charged. Let me see. Let me go ahead and pull that up. ABC. They call it news. Yeah, right. ABC. ABC. Ain't that something? Disney Company. ABC News, the same news organization that quashed the Jeffrey Epstein story. hid it away. The same company that their one of their producers helped organize the documentary on J6 and the staging, where to put the cameras, where to film everything, the production of the J and then 6. The United Auto Workers Union has filed federal labor charges against former President Trump and Elon Musk. United Auto Workers said, United Auto Workers, when Trump was telling the head of the United Auto Workers to support him, the one that Trump was saying, why are you sending all these plants over to Mexico? Why are you agreeing to all this stuff? You're not going to have a car business if this keeps up. That's the same one. In a thread on X, the union said Trump and Musk had illegally attempted to threaten and intimidate workers who stand up for themselves. Let me enlarge this. By engaging in protected, concerted activities such as strikes. Well, I'm going to interject something, and I may or may not be right, but I think I'm right. It should say threaten and intimidate union workers who stand up for themselves by engaging in protected, concerted activity. Not just if I have a business that's not unionized and people tell me we're going to go on strike, I'd say, well, your ass is fired. How about that? Because they're not union, okay? So anyway, this is all a petty fog and smokescreen lawfare crap. But anyway, Musk, who has endorsed Trump, interviewed the former president for 2 hours Monday night on X Spaces. During the interview, Trump praised Musk as the greatest cutter, quote unquote, seemingly referring to the mass layoffs he conducted when he took over X, then known as Twitter. Yeah, Twitter did not have a union. What would you call the union? The Loyal Order of Censors, of Communists? The Loyal Order of people who sit around and have their feet rubbed in yoga and don't even have to come to work? I mean, 90% he fired. Useless. And what happened? Nothing. The company ran even better. Okay. Trump said to Musk, you walk in, you say, you want to quit? They go on strike and you go, you're all gone. That is the basis for their so-called charges. Through the Labor Department, the Department of Labor. Before I finish this, let me do a little Mountain Man quiz. Trump, when he was in office, the Department of Labor is a cabinet position. A cabinet position. He had somebody on his cabinet that was no goggling, that was in charge of the Department of Labor. A member of the president's cabinet. Trump fired him. Why did Trump fire his Secretary of Labor? Dun 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 boom boom. Well, since this is not, so we got a 20-second delay. You guys take your time. Hi, Quilt. How you doing? So we will see if anybody remembers why Trump's Secretary of Labor was fired. Now, I'll continue with this goofball article. Going on strike is considered activity under the National Labor Relations Act, and workers cannot legally be fired for doing so. You idiots. They can be if they don't have a union. Okay? If I'm running Joe's Pizza House, anyway, a Trump campaign senior advisor decried the charges as frivolous. Exactly. And called them a shameless political stunt in a statement to ABC News. And here, of course, is their flagship picture for the article. UAW files federal labor charges against Donald Trump and Elon Musk. First of all, Elon Musk didn't say a damn thing. Trump's the one who said it. Trump's a private citizen. He was saying you to Elon. You walked in and you did it. He's repeating a factual event that has come and gone. Okay? Let's see. A Google account says China ties. Debbie Lance. Let's see. Phil says he resigned over the island. Question mark. Close. It had something to do with it. Yeah, he brought in the kitchen sink so they could say to them, so he was his way of saying, let that sink in. Party's over. There's no Twitter union, okay? So these charges are an artifice. They're an artifice. Yeah, Trump said this isn't, Elon said it isn't, Hyson said, an interview. It was a conversation. So these creeps, when you have a conversation, can run around. Well, who's in charge of the Department of Labor now? A communist, I'm sure. Listen, if the National Archives is infiltrated with Marxists and communists to the point where they call the Constitution a dangerous document, a harmful document, these people are insane and they need to be driven out, union or no union. I like unions, but when they get overrun by criminal elements, mostly politicians, then you get organized crime, the mob. First, politicians. Just look at Hostess Cupcakes. Look at them. I remember I used to go to a outlet and get day old bread from a Hostess outlet. And a guy sitting there working the register with a young guy. I hope we go on strike. I said, what do you want to go on strike for? Anyway, long story short, they go on strike. I guess they get 4 months, 6 months, whatever it is, with 60 or 70% of their pay paid by the union. And the shebang shut down. Gone. Nobody wanted to buy it. They opened back up years later, but you couldn't get a Twinkie or a ho-ho or none of that for a couple of years. Because people like that kid who wanted to sit behind the register didn't even want to sit behind the register, wanted to go home and get 60 or 70% of his wages that the union would pay him if he stayed with the strike. He came to me looking for a place to live. You got places to rent? Why? Because I'm getting evicted. Well, you had a great strike, didn't you? You had a nice, 120-day vacation where you could sit around and giggle, and now you got to move all your stuff, you dope. But anyway, they opened up eventually. But no, unions do good work. You know, if they're run with a honest leadership. But this is abuse, and the United Auto Workers, Trump's called them out for what is their relationship with foreign governments. Why are they allowing so many jobs to be shipped across the border? The rank and file is going to vote for Trump. Believe that. So, oh yeah. Well, he had Debbie, I see you went there for sweets for your horses. But he literally had a pie job Because at the end of the week, if nobody bought the stuff, he could take what he wanted home as long as he wrote it down on the waste thing. And he would leave there with a lot of stuff, plus getting his regular wages, sitting there playing the, I'll call it the cheapskate piano. That is a register, cash register. Yeah, Jeffrey E. That's right, Diane. And so that is why Diane got it for J3. He resigned because he was the prosecutor in charge of approving an illegal plea deal that Jeffrey Epstein got prior to Trump taking office. The plea deal was rescinded. This guy was fired as labor secretary for his role in approving that illegal plea deal. Epstein was rearrested, all under Trump. So, so who's in charge of the Department of Labor now? It's probably some Marxist. But, hey, if you can get in trouble for your conversations here in this country, you can be charged by a federal department, especially when you are a former president. How about this? Do you all see this? Here's what goes on if you have a conversation on Facebook or post something somebody doesn't like over in the UK.
Went on to say that you did not want your money going to immigrants who, quote, rape our kids and get priority, end quote. This offence is so serious that an immediate custodial sentence is unavoidable. Would you stand, please? The sentence that I pass has been reduced by 1/3 to reflect your guilty plea. The sentence is one of 20 months imprisonment.
Yeah. 20 months. Ain't that something? In prison. Well, I'm going to do a quick aside. I saw on Eastern news services where a plane crashed in Brazil. Have you all heard of that? It was about 4 days ago. I think there were 60 people on board. And there was a video of it. I didn't get the video, but I could go back and look through thousands of posts, but anyway, or hundreds. But anyway, the witnesses said that it looked like the plane fell out of the sky, just dropped out of the sky. Have you all heard that? Hi, Larry. MS Motorsports, how you doing? Good evening, Lori. Can you all hear any crickets? I don't hear them. They were out night before last. Yeah, it just fell out of the sky. And I said to myself, wow, a Western Hemisphere plane crash in Brazil. I wonder who was on board. I don't buy this business of mechanical problems. Well, then, fat and opinionated, or what he might have put it under his other channel, Cinnamon Shogun. He's done a number of videos, and I implored you all to subscribe to that young man. And 8 cancer doctors on board who found a possible cure for cancer died in a tragic accident while on their way to reveal their new discoveries, is what he says. Doctor who found cure to cancer killed in mysterious plane crash in Brazil. Ain't that something? and 72 hours later. We didn't hear that in this country, not on the regular news, right? Am I right or wrong? I mean, some of us heard it on some oddball news sources, but not from anything substantial. What do we find out 72 hours later? Biden delivers remarks on cancer moonshot at Tulane University. NBC News reports. Watch live coverage as President Joe Biden delivers remarks at Tulane University in New Orleans on his administration's cancer moonshot initiative to reduce cancer deaths in the U.S. Biden is expected to outline the progress of advanced research projects, Agency for Health. Well, what happened in Brazil? Nobody's reporting on Brazil. What's going on in Brazil? And to show you how snowed people are, or paid off, okay? Paid off bots. So nice to hear a person that's not full of rage and anger, jealous of crowd sizes and all that other nonsense. We don't have time for petty things. Do you think that's a person who's getting paid per post? I think so. And then somebody else, love you, Joe. Brilliant and compassionate. Yeah. Well, the C.I.A. took care of that airplane with the cure, okay? So he could do his moonshot. That's what it looks like. Hi, the cat. How you doing? Hi, Roland. Tracy, nice to see you. Yeah, they all died. Video can be found on Gateway Pundit. Yeah, I could have got the video, but I didn't. But yeah, they say it looked like it just fell right out of the sky. What did Putin say about plane crashes in the Western Hemisphere? 70% are man-made. They're getting desperate. Here you go. New York kicks RFK Jr. off the ballot. They said he was misleading or improperly stated where his residence was. Can you believe that? What about, what's her face? You're not welcome here. What's her name? Maxine Waters. She doesn't even live in her district. Nobody's saying nothing about that. Hi, Em. How you doing? That is Joe's proof of life, Em. He dumps his diaper out and says, see, I'm alive. A flat spin. Hawk's mustard seed. How you doing? Yeah. It was surreal looking. That's the term Trump used, surreal. That was his debate with Biden. He said it was surreal. But anyway, before this news came out about the United Auto Workers filing charges, I was going to say, this was such a huge event, and it is a huge event. It'll go down as a huge event. But I thought one of the reasons it would go down as a huge event was because you heard Trump and Elon teaming up. When Elon said, I would like to be in charge of checking on waste and abuses and things like that. Trump said, I'd love it. I'd love it. And I said, all these people that were coming in chats, I mean, there were so many people simultaneously broadcasting the usuals, big channels, and then you had Nikki B was playing Frank on NPC show. But I tell you, I saw so many comments, people feeding in like these bots, like that one, or paid trolls, like this one right here. So nice to hear a person is not full of rage and anger and jealous of crowd sizes when talking about cancer. They were coming, Trump has a lisp. Trump is slurring his words. And so many regular people were chiming right in. And I have said in the past, you can't type and listen, okay, or get in a side conversation, commenting on issues and stuff like that, that's fine, or saying what you have to say and stuff. But engaging in some kind of, so many people were just, Trump wasn't slurring his words. I mean, there are times late at night, I've talked about my speech issues before, but Trump didn't have any. But even if he did, he's 78-year-old man. It's going on midnight. He's been talking for 2.5 hours and talking all day. And but anyway, it's so funny how people can come in the chats and misdirect everything. And but the big point I thought was that a number of big points was that he said Joe was pretty much finished, but that he's angry and he wants back in, but also that he was going to strongly consider teaming up with Elon Musk. And, little things like that, you miss a buffering sound issue. Oh, Mr. T had sound. Yeah, Mr. T had sound issues. Well, they have the ability, okay, to affect the audio. Trump put out a statement that it was delayed because so many people were trying to get in. But we know the real reason was they were trying to shut it down and prevent it from going on in the first place. Yeah, whereas I don't have things too much in order, but I'll go this bunch of Marxists that are in charge of the EU sent Elon this letter warning him. European Commission, who the hell are you? And I agree. I won't repeat it, but I agree with what Elon told him. Okay. And I had one video where on CNN, they said, well, we don't know if it's going to go through or not, to Jean Pierre, one of the reporters. And Jean Pierre laughed like they knew something. I might play that in one of my other chats. But anyway, this is a big page of damn nonsense out of Brussels. That's who's been running the show for the past 1,000 years, by the way, Brussels. And, they were doing a coordinated attack. And you can bet that they could influence buffering, and they could also influence the to certain devices, the quality of the audio, okay? The quality, they can cause a drag to accentuate something to make it sound like a slur. They can micro slow it down. They can do quite a bit of things. Anyway, let me go through some of these things that I've collected and pulled up, even though they're not in order. Bear with me. Bear with me. Stick with me. I'll stick with you. Ezra A. Cohen. Will there be news headlines this fall that the government conducted electronic and communication surveillance of the Trump campaign for the purposes of, quote, protecting the organization's systems from Iranian cyber threats? Because those who committed past surveillance abuses were not punished. There is diminished public trust of these sorts of activities, even if a justified measure against a foreign threat. Aha. Well, I'm not so sure we want to hang our hat on Iran. I think it's people closer to home than that. Whoops. But anyway, that's the one about the strike. Let me go over. Let's see. Talk about a lead balloon. That's what I was going to title this thing, lead balloon. Here we go. Kamala's going over like a lead balloon, but they are trying to make it seem like she's doing so well. But anyway, George, he put out something. Elon Musk just broke the hearts of every climate change believing leftist in the world. I don't think we should vilify the oil and gas industry. And if we were to stop using oil and gas, the economy would collapse and we'd all be starving. Thank you, Elon. I'm hoping in future discussions they can take it even farther, with it just being a plain out old crock of you know what. What's this one? Breaking. Here we go. Elon Musk says a massive DDoS attack is hitting X just as the real Donald Trump interview was supposed to begin. And, you know, you all watched it, went through it. Worst case scenario, Elon Musk said we will proceed with a smaller number of live listeners and post the conversation later. So he did a test with 8 million, I guess, test bots or whatever to stress test the system, and it worked fine. But when they go live, wow, who's got the capability to do that? Who's got the capability? Here we go. Biden just admitted that the Democrats' extreme pressure campaign forced him to drop out of the race for president. It all began, he said, with the debate. And a major and highly respected pollster, quote, "Don't let the embargo of other polling fool anyone. Democrats are in real trouble. It's a lead balloon." That's what I'm calling the Kamala campaign, a lead balloon. Fake polls are changing their methods and standards from 3 weeks ago. Highly inaccurate. And he puts dishonest. It's worse than that. It's illegal. Okay, it's election interference to knowingly put up false crap. What's this one? And this is the one I had up. I thought I had up day before yesterday. I said they had no. I said, I'll read this to you. They make no mention of September 4th, and they make no mention of September 18th. And I read it, and damn if they didn't make mention of it. But this is the one I was going to put at ABC News again. Always be commie. Will host qualifying presidential candidates to debate on September 10th on ABC. Vice President Harris and former President Trump had both confirmed they will attend the debate. Not a word mentioned of the other two debates that Trump has lined up. So that's the one I thought I had in my studio last time. I made a jerk out of myself. But anyway, this kind of things happen. Let me see. I have got more stuff about where. Let me make sure. All right, I've been through that one. I want to make sure I've got the right ones accounted for here. Yeah. These things are really tiny. Let's see what this one is. Oh, this is the one I wanted to get into. All the stuff that we got going on, that Elon Musk is talking about, economic collapse, okay, world wars, okay, communist influences, all the stunts they're pulling, and they come up with this charges from the Labor Department. Well, as many of you know, a couple of days ago, the Ukrainians struck a nuclear power plant on top of their raid into Russia in the Kursk area. Now, you remember the submarine, the Kursk, was a very famous event where a nuclear submarine blew up. And a Russian sub, it was called the Kursk. And they recovered part of the submarine, and, it was sad. Some of the soldiers, some of the sailors, seamen, survived in the back quarter of the submarine, and they ran out of oxygen and they suffocated, but they had wrote letters home to their family and things like that. All that was recovered. But the term Kursk is from the Battle of Kursk. Kursk is a territory, a area of Russia that is very famous. It was a turning point in World War II. And it's a venerated area. And that's where they chose to do their attack. But so you have the attack on Russian soil. You have the simultaneous attack on a nuclear power plant. But the Ukraine military hit a Ukraine nuclear power plant, a Russian-controlled nuclear power plant in Zaporizhzhia, Ukraine, is on fire. Head of the region, his name is Belitsky, reported that as a result of shelling on the city by Ukrainian armed forces, a fire broke out at the cooling systems facility. But it was later reported it was contained and everything was okay. But that plant had been mentioned in the past. They tried to flood it out. They tried to blow it up more than once, and they finally struck it. But here we go with Putin. President Putin says there will be no more peace talks with Ukraine. What is there even to talk about with those who attack civilians and nuclear facilities? So the tough talk is going on from Ukraine, and Russia's response is, you keep floating these little trial balloons about peace. Well, goodbye. We're not going to have any because of this crap you're pulling. What is this one? CBS News. Boy, what a pack of stinkers CBS News is turning out to be. Former President Donald Trump's... Now, this was put out... Did I get the date on this? This was about... Here we go. This was back June 17th. Before Kamala stole his idea, former President Donald Trump's vow to stop taxing tips would cost the federal government up to $250 billion over 10 years, according to a nonpartisan watchdog group. Yeah, nonpartisan. What's that? The Chairman Mao watchdog group. A bunch of commies. I don't know, but there's other articles related to that. I'll pull up where it shows their duplicity. Here you go. Here's another one. CBS, same thing right here. Same thing. Whoa. Vice President Kamala Harris rolling out a new policy position, saying she'll fight to end taxes on tips for service and hospitality workers. Oh, when was this? 2 months later, 8/12/24. And what's the date on the one where they were kicking Trump around? 6/17. See how that works? 8/24 to 6/17 just totally changed their tune. It was a disaster. It's going to cost a whole bunch of money, and Trump's being irresponsible. But now Kamala's going to fight, right? Yeah. But hey, let's let them keep rolling, because what's this next article here? Trump to sue DOJ for $100 million over Mar-a-Lago raid, alleging political persecution. Okay. Trump attorney says unconstitutional raid should never have been approved by Garland and Wray. Okay. Good. Let it roll. You look at how many lawsuits are flying with Elon Musk. He's suing Disney. He's suing those advertisers who ganged up against him. And let the good times roll. What I said, well, here, this might be something to do with that. Breaking. The European Union. Oh, the European Union just issued a letter to Elon Musk demanding he censor Donald Trump in their upcoming interview. Yeah, if they had their way, they'd be like that wigged freak putting Trump in jail if they could get away with it. Well, they're still trying. They're still trying. What's this one? Oh, that's the DDoS attack. Yeah, I already got that one. Okay. What's this one? ABC News. Here's some. Be afraid now. Watch out for paintball guns. Because not minding your own damn business, more than half of U.S. states are reporting, quote, very high levels of CVID activity. Oh, it's continuing to spread and increase in many parts of the country, according to the latest wastewater data. At least 27 states are reporting very high levels. What, out of the crapper? And 17 states are reporting high levels of wastewater viral activity. Oh, boy. The Western region continues. Well, the next time anybody wants to go drink any wastewater, put a warning sign on it. The Western region continues to see the highest levels, followed by the South, Midwest, and Northwest. Blah, blah, blah. But they don't put the wastewater part in their big picture. People don't read that. They read this, what you see on the screen. More than half of U.S. states are reporting very high CVID activity. If I'm not mistaken, and I doubt that I am, they haven't ever isolated it to identify it. Okay? Anything that is the flu or what, that you read on the back of your Lysol can, okay, qualifies. Here we go. Here, let's have a little laugh here. Here's Kamala's rally with mind your own damn business, Tim getting off the plane. And there you see all the people waiting. And here you go. Here you go. Waiting for the Kamala rally to start. There they are, waiting for the rally to start. I don't know if you guys got these memes or not. Yeah, that stuff's getting around. And I tell you, when the younger people start speaking out loud, that's good. And oh, Kamala, wait a minute. Here. Does a lot of people know this or not? Vice President Kamala Harris cast the tie-breaking vote to let the IRS track workers' tips so they can be taxed. Okay? That's why it's going over like a lead balloon. And we're just going to keep harping on it and keep putting out memes for all the ignorant people. I like this one. But if they stop taxing tips, everyone will change their income to tips so they won't be taxed. Exactly. So shut up. Remember Trump referring to the McKinley administration. Oh, I forgot to answer. I asked a question earlier in the program about this mind your own business, Tim. Taking the Bible out of context, like Obama said, I am my brother's keeper. When Cain really said, am I my brother's keeper? Well, it dawned on me that timid Timmy said, what's the golden rule? We all know what the golden rule is. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. That's the golden rule, right? I joked around in the past that I said the golden rule was the man with the gold makes the rules. But that is on the earth, the materiality of earth, not the spirituality of our Lord and Savior. The golden rule is do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Don't shoot paintballs at people who want to sit on their porch, Tim. But according to Tim, the golden rule is mind your own damn business. Why don't you just mind your own damn business? I'm going to take your kids to communist China, so mind your own damn business. I'm going to tell your kids that they need to wonder about their can I say the word without getting in trouble? Without somebody in a white wig giving me 20 months in prison? Worrying about their gender. So don't worry about what I'm doing with your kids. Mind your own damn business. These are our kids. That's the way they go. Well, just like we were talking earlier about this timid Timmy. Look at that jerk. Harris campaign desperately trying to silence rumors about Tim Walz. Let's see what all comes out about him. Like I said, we're starting to hear about these trips to communist China on top of everything else. I still want to know how much money he got by falsely accepting, paychecks for an E9 position when he was an E8. And more. I don't trust somebody who only shakes his wife's hand and carries that philosophy about young people and how the Lord made them. All right, it gives me the creeps. I'm thinking P3DO. Here you go. Chameleon. I decided to casting vote to sick 87,000 IRS agents on tip workers. Oh, Branko cartoon. Then 2 years later, that was 2 years ago, no tax on tips. Her word salad bowl. Here, what's this one? Here's how they put it out. USA Today, I didn't even know they were still publishing. Trump rambles, slurs his way through Elon Musk interview. It was an unmitigated disaster. For a fascist, curious billionaire who loves cuddling up to right-wing loons, Elon Musk sure is good at making right-wing politicians look stupid. Rex Hupke. Well, the devil's in the details about this article. And if I was Rex Huxby, I'd be watching my mouth if somebody could drag your backside into court. So, hey, it's all dependent on what he says in that article. Libel laws are very powerful. Now, here's another idiot right here. As an ex-Twitter employee, Twitter boss, listen to this guy. Could there be anything actionable, I have a way to grab Elon Musk's attention. If he keeps stirring unrest, get an arrest warrant. Bruce Daisley. It cannot be right that Musk can sow discord without personal risk. He's a jet setter. Perhaps fear of unexpected detention will concentrate his mind. Well, Mr. Daisley, you might want to think about something. What did Elon say he bought when he got Twitter? He said, I bought a crime scene. Don't forget he's got all the internal DMs, So, Mr. Daisley, watch how you throw those stones in your glass house, Just mind where you're treading, buddy. Here we go. Let's hear a little something from Mr. T. I spent 2.5 hours last night talking to Elon, a fantastic guy. Getting all-time record views hits, and all the fake news wants to report is that the servers crashed because of the tremendous volume. and the show opened a little late. What they should be reporting was the incredible number of people that were listening. Now, this is a key sentence. It's kind of like rot in hell. I absolutely, capital letters, HATE, okay? The fake news media. So bad for our country. Then he put this up. Not just fake news, okay, that we got to watch out for. Catherine Herridge, quote, "This is the one whistleblower exchange you cannot miss." One of the supervisors said, very matter of fact, the agency's goal is to bankrupt you, make you quiet, DIE, okay, unalive yourselves, you know what, aside, or basically all of the above, according to whistleblower Michael Taylor. In writing, now it's on video for everybody to read. That's their goals. Speaking, how about instead of DIE? If DEI is supposed to be great, why do they get mad when somebody's called a DEI hire? That's kind of like everybody likes Lizzo so much. How can you get mad when somebody says to you, hey, you look like Lizzo? Like a comedian said. Here's Kamala right here. She's getting her agenda from one of her staff members. These are your new campaign proposals. Trump 47. Agenda 47. Not the other one that I shall not mention. But less than 24 hours. But worse than that, let me see. Listen to some of these code words here. This dizzy broad here. How she describes the interview, which I enjoyed. I thought it was good. I hope they do more. And but anyway, look at the practiced Mockingbird there. We're all saying the same damn thing. I'll go ahead and play.
40 minutes of silence, and then a bropocalypse of politics, no matter how you frame it or what causes it. Finally said between Donald Trump and Elon Musk at last night's Big X event can largely be defined as a rant filled with familiar lies and lines of attack.
Kamala wouldn't have this conversation. She can't because she's not smart. You know, she's not a smart person. She is a radical left San Francisco liberal, and now she's trying to protect. Now she's looking like she wants to be more Trump than Trump, if that's possible. I don't think it's possible, but she wants to be more Trump than Trump. She's terrible, but she's getting a free ride.
All right, but did it do what it was designed to do, which was to put the brakes on Harris's momentum?
Harris's momentum, it's all phony, it's all fake. But what they call it, a bropocalypse? And out of 2.5 hours, that's the worst clip they could pull out, was Donald Trump pretty much calling Kamala stupid. And they had to stop it real quick because he was talking about her getting a free ride. She was getting a free ride by the press. She's accomplished nothing, okay? She has skills nowhere. Nothing, nowhere. She's a lead balloon. But let me play this for you. Now, this guy is on CNN. Even though he's working with skewed polls, they have had to pump these polls up. I believe her support is worse than Joe Biden's were, but he's still showing how things have essentially not moved one damn bit. But anyway, let me go ahead and play it.
Back and sort of point out we've kind of been here before. So August 13th, how far were the polls off in Michigan, Pennsylvania, in Wisconsin? And this is in 2016 and 2020. Trump was estimated both times around and by significant margins. Take a look here. In 2016, the average poll in those states that I mentioned, those Great Lake battleground states, Trump was underestimated by 9 points on average at this point in 2016. How about 2020? It wasn't a one-off. Look at this. He was underestimated by 5 points on average. And of course, Kamala Harris's advantage in those New York Times Siena College polls were 4 points in each of these key battleground states, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin. The bottom line is this. If you have any idea, if you're a Kamala Harris fan and you want to rip open the champagne bottle, pop that cork, do not do it. Donald Trump is very much in this race. If we have a polling shift like we've seen in prior years from now until the final result, Donald Trump would actually win. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I am saying that he is very much in this ballgame based upon where he is right now and compare that to where he was.
Certainly heard the Harris campaign saying.
I'm just going to interject real quick. Back in 1980, Ronald Reagan and Jimmy Carter, who Jimmy Carter's put out a statement, or his grandson did, saying he was hoping he could vote for Kamala. Now, I'm not going to criticize that. He's in the last weeks, hours, or months of his life. But anyway, they had Ronald Reagan down by 6 points a week before the election, losing to Jimmy Carter by 6 points. 7 days later, the election came out and Ronald Reagan actually won by 9 points. They were off by 15 points. Okay? So keep that in mind as let this continue playing.
We have to keep fighting.
Absolutely.
This is definitely not over. All right. Let's talk about enthusiasm and how that translates actually. We are quite a ways out, again, 3 months about.
Yeah, yesterday I was mentioning, the enthusiasm for the Democratic ticket was up. But that enthusiasm is not the same thing as going out to actually vote. And there's a different question, which essentially says, how certain are you actually going to go out and vote? And this is the top range. Almost certain to vote. Again, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin. This is among registered voters. Look at this. Look at Kamala Harris now compared to where Joe Biden was back in May. In fact, 62% of Joe Biden voters said they were almost certain to turn out and vote. Now, it's actually gone down a little bit. I would call this in the same general area at 61%, but it's basically unchanged. And look at Donald Trump. He was at 58% in May. He's actually gone up a little bit now. He's at 60% now. Again, basically no real change. So the bottom line here is, yes, there may be more enthusiasm for Kamala Harris, but the fact is we're not seeing that necessarily translate in the almost certain vote. And one little other note, Sarah, I will note this. Donald Trump is more popular today than he was on August 13th in either 2020 or 2016. So the bottom line is, yes, Kamala Harris is doing better in the polls, but there's a long way to go. The polls can shift. The almost certain vote hasn't actually shifted. Donald Trump is more popular than he was at either 2016 or 2020 at this point.
Those are interesting data points, Harry Enten. Thank you so much.
So Trump's had an 11-point jump from the last time he won the first time he won the presidency, not the last time. Hi, Benjamin. How you doing? And yeah, I'm reading. Somebody said Angela said Ilhan Omar won. What do I have on her? I got something where she was getting primary today. Yeah, so the results are in and she has won. That is sad. That's terrible. But that whole situation's rigged. We know that. They couldn't afford for her to lose with this goober from Minnesota, Terrible Tim. But anyway, here is a sheriff that was put in some of the Harris campaign material, his photograph, and he's been interviewed at different places. California sheriff slams Kamala for using his image in an ad. I do not endorse Harris. It's come out also that the Harris campaign was using Goggle, okay, G-O-O-G, okay, and then L-E, Goggle, to lead people to misleading ads that have been tampered with and headlines changed. It's a scandal that is just now developing. Okay? We're going to keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on that. Let's see. Oh, how about this? Trump brought up that picture they did with Melania. They did the avatar drawing of Kamala. That really looks like Kamala, doesn't it? I call it an avatar, but Trump did say this. Donald Trump compared an image of Kamala Harris on the cover of Time magazine with his wife Melania during his interview with Elon Musk. So, yeah, that's a lot better looking than the real deal, okay? They got to buy that artist some glasses. Kamala Harris, beautiful on Time cover, looks like Melania, said Donald Trump. It ain't the real Kamala, I can tell you that. So, speaking of young people, European Union threatens Elon for interviewing Donald Trump on X. That's going around. It got 120,000 views in 6 hours. Now, it'll probably be double that, 250,000. Other creators feed off of Tim Pool. I know a lot of people don't like Tim Pool. He's a little young, what does he know? But he's coming around. And what do you think these people are going to think after this stunt they're pulling with the Labor Department? Because of a sentence in a 2.5-hour talk about firing employees at Twitter, okay, that had no union. But anyway, here we go. Babylon Bee, Kamala's team releases new campaign slogan. We decline your request for an interview. She's hiding. She's running. They're putting out these charges to distract people from the fact that she is running from interviews. She doesn't want to be interviewed. She's a scared. What else did Tim Pool put out? Oh my gosh. It's got a wordy dirt in it, but I'll put it up anyway. Got a wordy dirt. Now, I don't know how many followers he's got on on Twitter. But here's this little thing he put out. I've had enough. I'm voting for Kamala Harris now. Crime is a real issue in this country, and we need someone with a proven track record in dealing with criminals. She is the only candidate who has proven her commitment by keeping people in prison, despite the evidence proving innocence, and kept others in prison to use as slave labor to fight wildfires. Her strength in not publishing any campaign positions shows her brilliance in campaigning by making it impossible for Trump to target. Her genius is exactly what this country needs. And anyone who believes this endorsement is real and that I support her, support such a effing evil witch, is R. He used the R word as in tarded that I can't use on this platform. So it's the younger generations. You think about this kind of influencer, along with that young boy named Aiden, where Trump set a previous record, previous to this new record with Elon. In just a short week, maybe 2 weeks, he's been, I saw where Gary said it was worldwide. That's exactly right. This is worldwide influence, not just America, but we know that they are stifling it in the UK. Hi, Roland. Let's see. Canada sending the bat signal out for Trump to save Canada. Yeah. Will they start censoring you all even more? I don't know. I used to have the Trump bat signal as my moniker. For those of you who have been with me for a long time, Hi, Shaylin. How are you? Nice to meet you. Yeah, let's keep Ilhan Omar in the spotlight. I think it's going to be a Lincoln 2.0 coming up. I don't know. We're not really at the precipice, are we? But anyway, Trump retweeted this right here. Trump retweeted this. Whoa, come on. From Jack Posobiec. Here is the current 2024 map with RCP averages, which are skewed. They're skewed, even though they're skewed. Drop this on every black bill post you find. 2024 Electoral College. No toss-up states. Showing Trump 270 to win, mind you. And with 270 win, you got Trump at 287. But even that, like I said, it's a skewed map. And Mr. T retweeted what this young lady tweeted out. Let me see, a retruth. Where is it? About Virginia. Here we go. About Virginia. Please don't count Virginia as blue, especially there's really a good chance we turn red, especially now that voter rolls have been cleaned up and only paper ballots. So, he a very good chance he'll break, I'm certain he'll break over 300 electoral votes. It's just it's a lead balloon candidacy. Here we go. Boy, did you all hear the stuff coming out about the Secret Service? Shot that took out Trump. Assassin reclassified as friendly fire. Boy, that's from the Babylon Bee. What is coming out about the Secret Service is jaw-dropping. Taking selfies while they're on duty at Mar-a-Lago, taking pictures of the facility, supposedly a sunrise or sunset, taking pictures of each other napping while they're supposed to be protecting Mr. T. I heard one of the agents committed you-know-what-aside because they were shamed over something. I'm not sure of that story, but I heard that the other day. I'm always concerned about you-know-what-asides because sometimes they're used to cover up other things. And here, Anthony Brian Logan, ABL, put out, Secret Service breaks into a hair salon. Secret Service breaking into a Massachusetts hair salon. There's one of the brain surgeons right there, staring right in the camera before they stick a piece of tape over the camera. And they go in there, break in, use the bathroom, sit around, lounge around, don't ask the shop owners for permission, try to hide the cameras. And that's right, Debbie, usually whistleblowers that end up supposedly getting tired of living. So there's a lot of garbage behavior coming out about the Secret Service. But anyway, let me close up with some of this stuff that's very interesting. After Susan Wojcicki passed, I just had to go into the 17th letter, which I'll keep it off screen. And I put in the one word, Susan. Susan. Okay, here we go. Sergey Brin, co-founder of Goggle. Okay, let me expand that so I can read it better. Co-founder of Goggle, president of Alphabet Inc., net worth $49.5 billion. Married Anne Wojcicki, co-founder of 23andMe, net worth $1 billion. DNA database. What's in your DNA? Look that up. on the 17th letter. Okay. Sisters, married to Susan Wojcicki, CEO of YouTube, net worth $410 million. Okay. I am not celebrating her passing at all. But very early they were mentioned as people influencing our government, people influencing our elections, people censoring American citizens, their right of free speech. But I pulled up another Susan, because I did put in the name Susan. And this guy right here, I mean, this fellow, I mean, this young lady came up, Susan Rice. And that reminded me of a lot of things we're going to be seeing in the future. And I got these other posts. Let's see. This is the same thing typed out. Sergey Brin, born in Moscow, the founder of Goggle, married to Anne, the sister of Susie. And then the word DARPA. Whoops. And read between the lines. And then you can click on an article. True origin party lies in CIA and NSA research grants for mass surveillance. How might DARPA, aka Goog, play a role in the spy campaign against POTUS? Remember that earlier tweet I read, okay? Think Gmail drafts, think ES resignation. Edward Snowden? What's ES? It will all connect eventually. Okay. What else came up under Susan? I think there were 13 posts altogether. I got them together, though. Just a few of them. Y'all can check them out. Here we go. How do you infiltrate the mainstream media? Example 1. ABC News executive producer Ian Cameron was married to Susan Rice. Oh, remember I started off the broadcast with those ABC News articles? ABC News owned by Disney. Okay. National Security Advisor to Hussein. Susan Rice, that same Susan Rice? Yes. CBS News / CNN journalist Biana Vitalevina, married to Peter R. Orzog, Director of Office of Management and Budget for Hussein. Oh, there's a CNN, CBS News tie to the cabinet member with Hussein. CBS News President David Rhodes, brother of Ben Rhodes. National Security Advisor Hussein. ABC News correspondent Claire Shipman, married to Jay Carney, White House press secretary under Hussein. Wow. Mainstream media, arm / extension of the D Party. Nothing to see here. Here, we got one. We got a couple. Let's see. What's this? Here's some stuff you can check in on. How is the game played? Now that you know how a judge, Ronnie Abrams and Greg Andres are connected, who is Dan Abrams? And you got a link to his Wikipedia. Brother of Judge Ronnie Abrams, Chief Legal Affairs anchor for ABC News, and is the host of the Dan Abrams Show, where politics meets the law. As in Lawfare, perhaps? And here we go. One big happy family. The Democrat Party and the mainstream media. Let me get this nice and big. Let me get it just in the screen. All you guys, if you guys want to get your own copy, this is just go there and put in one name, Susan. That's all. And you'll get 13 posts and you'll get this picture yourself if you want it. But anyway, the Democrat Party in mainstream media. Obama administration, Susan, Rice, and Cameron. Obama administration, ABC News, married. Ben Rhodes, David Rhodes, brothers, Obama administration, CBS News. Liz Sherwood, Ben Sherwood, married, Obama administration, ABC News. One big happy family. Clinton administration, CNN. What's his name? Tom Nides? Virginia Mosley, married. Jay Carney, remember him? Claire Shipman. Obama administration, ABC News, married. Katie Hogan, Matthew Jaffe. Obama administration, ABC News, married. Wow, who's this? Valerie Jarrett, Laura Jarrett, mother and daughter. Obama administration, CNN. Then you got Jim, what's his name? Scudo, whatever, I don't know. And Gloria Rivera. Obama administration, ABC News, married. Now this is older. I'm sure there's more stuff going on. Andrew Cuomo, Chris Cuomo, brothers. We all know that one. One big happy family. But what did it say at the bottom? Missing 29 connections, national. Missing 98 connections, local. In other words, this is just a sample. Just a sample. And there you have it. Let me see. So, I don't know. What do you think of that thing? That's scary looking, isn't it? Using Nair on the face. Hi, Jerry Lee. Yeah, it's how they keep your bloodline going. Holy cow. Gary. I'm pretty sure it's Gary. Went to buy me a coffee. I appreciate it so much. Let me see. Let me do some bombs since I got this creature on my screen. Let me see. I'll do a couple of pows. Ha ha ha. Somebody give Gary some booms in the chat. Pow. For going to buy me a coffee. Pow. 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 Let's see. I want to do a bomb. Here we go. It takes a second to wind up. Where's it going to blow? Pow. Here we go. Let's do another one. Pow. Here. Pow. I want to get one right on the forehead. Well, anyway, thank you so much, Gary, for stopping by me. Oh, there we go. Boom. 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 Let me see. I can do it. I can move her face over. I want to get it right on the face. I'm playing around too much. I'll make people mad. But pow. There we go. But anyway, hopefully my chats don't stay on the screen because usually they do when I use my special effects. That's right, Benjamin. She's a dude. We got pictures of with the mustache and short hair and no eyebrows plucked, sitting next to Obama on a couch. It looks like somewhere near Sri Lanka. Boom shakalaka. That's right, Gary. Thank you much. All right, just looking through the chat. So, all right, so yeah, I figure with Susan Wojcicki passing. Now here's a creep right here. that I think is going to have some splaining to do. Trump intends to sue DOJ for malicious prosecution. And I'm sure he trashed that. But keep an eye on these lawsuits. Elon Musk is going to have some more lawsuits. Trump's going to have more lawsuits. And we got some cases coming to a close that are big. Rudy Giuliani is going to get cut loose soon. A lot of people are going to get cut loose. And it's going to be time to pay the piper for a lot of people. So anyway, I forgot what this video is. Let me see. Let me put this up here. It's black screen. Let me see what this is. And then we'll comment on it after I play it. What could it be? I don't know.
Trump has kind of been thrown on his heels by this, and he's not really sure how to go after Vice President Harris. He knew his attack lines on President Biden. He really has struggled with how to go after someone who's 20 years younger than him, who is a different gender, a different race. It's kind of been this moment where he has not been able to coalesce around a single attack line.
I know you guys are objective over there, that you just report the news as it is. No, I know. CNN makes it. I know.
Was that supposed to be a laugh line?
I wasn't supposed to be, but I guess it is.
Yeah, your own audience is laughing in your face. They know you're not objective. You know you're full. They know you're full of it. So I forgot I even had that in the studio. I played that a lot earlier. But anyway, here we go with Musk. Redacted had this up. I'm finished playing nice. This is war. He's right about that. Trump said we're at war. Elon said we're at war. Mike Johnson said he's a wartime speaker. I don't take that lightly. But look, World Federation of Advertisers, Unilever PLC, and they say Unilever has closed its doors, is trying to get out of it. Jerry, you have to misspell that name there. Take that down for me so I don't got to take it down, okay? The NAZI word, you have to misspell it, Jerry. Please press on your own comment. Go to the three dots and remove your own comment. Please let me know when you do it, because if you don't, I'll have to take it down. And I can't guarantee that you'll, what they'll do with your account in this channel, okay? Do me that kindness. That is a trigger word. I appreciate it very much. Anyway, I've got a bunch of screenshots of horrible stuff they put up that I'm not going to show because it's late and they're creeps and liars, and we all know that. Maybe I'll put it up on another stream, but I want to play this young lady I played at the beginning on the way out, and just a cautionary word to everybody, and I hope to see you all very soon. I didn't broadcast last night because Trump went so late, and I don't normally broadcast today, so I made up for it today. So I should be broadcasting either tomorrow or Friday. We will see how things go. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when I go live. And if you haven't hit the thumbs up, do me a favor and do that. Or hit the thumbs down if you did not like the video. And I appreciate you all spending your precious time with me. Back at you, Gary. Much love to you, too. And thank you for your support. And everybody else that supported me through Buy Me a Coffee. And with your likes and subscriptions, I appreciate it. And what exciting times. What historical times. Let's see what happens, folks. Yeah, keep our fingers crossed, keep our heads held high, and don't get instigated in doing anything. Don't feed into their devilish garbage. But anyway, you all have a great night. I'll play this young lady for y'all. You have a great night. I'll be seeing you soon. This is Mountain Man, over and out.
My entire For You page right now is presidential sleeve and what not to believe. Just the other day, I received an email for a paid promotion, paid, for me to make a video and post it on TikTok talking about the Democratic side. At the end of this email, it says, if you want to get things going, we'll send over an NDA for you to sign and we'll get started. I know a lot of people get their views and their opinions and their beliefs based off of what their favorite influencers are saying. Just know, they might have been paid to say the things they're saying.